I'm Jared Fry, General Manager of Medina TV.
Hi, and I'm Jacqueline Rinksmeyer, Executive Director of the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce. The mission of the Chamber of Commerce is to serve our member investors and promote business interests through economic development, business advocacy, and member services, which benefits the Greater Medina community. The Chamber is funded by voluntary membership from the business community. It is a not-for-profit, nonpartisan business organization, and we do not receive tax dollars to operate the organization. The Chamber does not endorse candidates, but strives to educate the voters on both the candidates and the issues. And we are pleased to partner with Medina TV to bring these interviews to you. This program would not be possible without this collaboration. So thank you to our interviewer, Jared Fry, and our producer, Matt Tomick.
And as always, the views expressed in these interviews do not necessarily reflect those of Medina TV or the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce. We thank you for tuning in to the 2022 Candidates Forum and remind you to vote on November 8th. Joining me now in studio is Carol Brenstuhl, candidate for the Medina County Recorder. Carol, thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. First, for our residents at home and the voters, why don't you just take a few minutes and tell us a little bit about yourself?
I've been a resident of Medina County since 1999. I picked Medina to live in. I was transferred to what we called the Midwest. I had staff in 6 states. I worked for PricewaterhouseCoopers at the time. And originally, I was thinking of moving to Chicago area, but decided against that. I loved this Northeast Ohio area, and it was close for me to go back home to Pennsylvania, to the East Coast, to see my family. And then I picked Medina. The name struck me. I picked that as a place to look for a home, and I found a wonderful realtor here in Medina, and the rest is history. And so I met my husband here. I have a stepdaughter, well, a daughter, and a grandson that's 7 years old, and of course my husband, and we have animals and are here. I work as a tax accountant.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Now, for a lot of the viewers and the residents, they probably have never set foot in the county recorder's office, or maybe don't even know the functions of the office. Mm-hmm. Just take a few minutes and kind of explain what the county recorder does.
Well, the county recorder handles making sure the recording of all documents that need to be are filed and recorded properly, such as your real estate stuff. We work with the veterans to get their DD 213 stuff so they can get the discounts and things that are available to them. Mm-hmm. You work with realtors a lot and supply realtors with a lot of information. It's an important job, but it's one of those that are on the side and people don't really know a whole lot about, but it's important to find out those things.
Mm-hmm. What skills and expertise do you feel you bring to the position?
I bring my financial background of being a tax accountant. I've worked with all over the United States. And here in Ohio counties, a lot of county offices regarding taxes and things like that, and getting information and documents that are needed, especially when I worked with when things are sold in businesses. They may have a property, they sell it, or they're buying, things like that. You work, and I bring that in. I've worked with auditors specifically in the tax area. I am a big proponent on documentation. So that's one of my fortes of helping people to show the importance of that. I also have managed up to 20 people plus at a time. So I can bring management skills. I've learned on implementing systems. I've worked with that. So I can bring all that knowledge in.
What, if elected, what do you think are 3 of your top priorities you'd like to do as county recorder?
Well, before you do anything, you have to go into the position and work with the people that are there, and find out their concerns, look at what's being done. But what I'm going to strive for is making sure our technology needs are met properly, because technology changes in our world today. It changes, you could say, day to day sometimes. Also making sure the people are properly compensated for their job, because that's an important issue nowadays. And that brings in the point of letting people know how much they're appreciated and the importance of that. Also working with other county recorders and the state to see what we can do to help bring the cost of maybe what we're doing down, making sure we are physically sound, and within our budgets, maintaining that all the time. Look at ways maybe for cost cutting, that we can cost some cost of things. Those are what I'm striving for.
Okay. And what do you feel, what leadership qualities or skill sets do you feel differentiate you from your opponent?
I plan on doing, will be my full-time job. I will not be doing this job and another job. I feel if you are elected, no matter what or where it is, if it's in a county position, you're being paid a full-time salary. Even though you may not have to, per the rules and regulations here, that we devote it as a full-time job. I think it's important we do that, especially nowadays when things are the way they are. This is what I will do. And I will be available. I don't mind giving out my phone number. I could be available 24/7. If I get a call and I don't respond to the person right away, my rule of thumb will be give me 24 hours to respond to you. But I will guarantee you a response. And 24 hours is my extreme. I usually don't do it that long. It's usually the same day response.
Great. Again, we're speaking with Carol Brenstuhl, candidate for the Medina County Recorder. Carol, I appreciate you taking your time to answer questions I had for you. I want to make sure I give you the opportunity, though, if there's something that I didn't touch on or anything you would like to let our voters and viewers know, I'll turn the mic over to you and let you do that now.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. And again, I appreciate you doing this and introducing all of us to our constituents. I just want to let people know I'm doing this as a way of inspiring others, especially our younger people, to gain the understanding and learn the importance of what our offices do here in the county level and get a knowledge of what our political issues are and how important it is to vote. Your voting is so important, but also inspire them to step up and maybe jump in the arena themselves. I want to be able to be a mentor, if possible, to somebody that is interested in doing it. Is it easy? No, it's not an easy job to do that. You're putting yourself out there, but is it worth it? It's well worth it, because it's important for our government to survive nowadays with everything that's going on. This is so important. I hope I can act as an inspiration, and I hope I can help to make people understand that when you're elected, it's a full-time job you're being elected to. So you're being paid full-time. So do a full-time job, and that is what I promise to do. I promise to be in that office full-time, helping my coworkers. I'm not above them. I'm equal to them.
All right,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's Carol Brenstuhl, candidate for Medina County Recorder. Again, we want to thank you for being part of the political process, and I want to wish you the best of luck this November.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.